storied Los Angeles Coliseum, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, and the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. So the Michigan State Spartans offense takes the field. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress the defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running.
Turning it on! Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. And the Spartans want to pick up the tempo.
I gotta say, watching this guy run has given me PTSD from when I played against Michigan State back in college, and they had a big old running back named T.J. Duckett that was wearing our defense down. He got stronger and stronger as the game went on. This guy has a little bit of that in him, too.
Quick release on the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Got his man on the right. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Spartans are on the move.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Westbrook. With the catch, it's Clark. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
To the air on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Hunter. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Looking left. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grab near the marker. It's Hunter. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Tosses to the quarterback. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. How about this Spartan defensive front making plays like the legendary Bubba Smith?
And if you're going to have a great defense in East Lansing, it's going to be up front. It's going to be those big boys dominating like Bubba Smith, like Jarrell Worthy, really eating up those blockers up front, making plays, stopping the physical ground game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde opening drive here for the defense in the game. They've given up some yards and they've given up some big plays, but they've also got 2 sacks now already. So a little bit of back and forth. I think you're looking for a little bit more consistency from this defense now as the game develops.
The Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll try to pop the draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's got the tight end. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold. A guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find that guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans go green, go white. Find the complementing quarterback to this offense.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Punts it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Spartans racing to the line in a hurry up. Looking to throw, it's Westbrook. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Spartans send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Snags it on the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, USC!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire, And a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Back to throw. It's Westbrook. Quickly out to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Pocket breaking down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
And the Spartans will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's on target and complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's second and long. Now on the move.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to run for it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Just when they're looking one, now on top. Got a man in the middle. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Trojans are in the hurry-up. They'll go to the ground. Fighting off the defender. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the single back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. And the Trojans have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes into the score. Touchdown, Trojans. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
17, Michigan State, 0.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Lee. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. It's a draw. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Back to throw. It's Westbrook. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. Nestles it in at the 35. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And now this offense will take the field again. They'll leave it with him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged out of the air. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off play action. Finds his man down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And the Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking for the score. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the lone running back. Runs through a tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're set to kick it off. and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
24, Michigan State, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Gives it on the option. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's complete to the left. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Westbrook. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Complete on third down. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Go straight ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Georgia is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These dogs have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Texas A&M. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Got it in the middle. It's Hunter. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Westbrook. Quick strike complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. They'll immediately call timeout. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
The Spartans will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust.
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it. Racing to the right. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be...
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Running back searching for a hole. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. going to the ground. Runs through the tackle.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Power football with the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Touchdown, USC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Leinart, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard. That's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Just going to keep it after the snap. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Barrels ahead. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. Pushes for the goal line. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Sparty.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Quick handoff. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Trojans with the 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Going over the top. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Trojans. And the pummeling has started. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tulsa rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Looking to pass. It's Westbrook. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Spartans really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Finds a tight end. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
3rd down coming.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Punt is in the air. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Got him downfield. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. Stopped after making the catch. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
On to kick it away.
Punt is on its way. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Looking for a crease. It's Clark. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Back to pass, it's Westbrook. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Spartans will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Got his man to the left. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Burrows his way for a couple. He's out to the 8. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play. They'll give it to the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. And the Spartans line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They'll operate out of split backs. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Michigan State 16.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Reads it, fires complete. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there, incomplete. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. There he goes. He has 89 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll send the back in motion. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Got the quick pass. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the